I had a Facebook on January 18th where I was just sure it was October 2nd, 2022, a year ago today. When days turns to weeks, the horror returns 28 weeks later. Well, peoples, guess what? If you go to the Donnie Darko date of October 2nd, 2022, that we were so sure of, and you go up exactly 200 days, if you include both days, remember it's event 201. It's 288 in the minutes. It's 6 months, 18 days. But it's 28 weeks, just like the movie. It's 28 weeks later. It's 28 weeks after the Donnie Darko date of October 2nd, 2022, which remember was an overlay. Text to Trump 88022. It lands right on the Abomination of Desolation date, or possibly when Trump would rise, if he were to go down on April 18th. Because if nothing happens January, February, I don't think they can kill 2 billion people. I mean, I'm sure they could. They can, but it's the way it's worded with war and famine. It seems like it would have to take at least a few solid plus months. Maybe not. You can starve to death in 4 days, it says, if no water. So, and a lot, it doesn't say all, just a lot could die during, you know. But once you start getting out of winter and you're just dealing with March and April, oh, how dark can the winter be with freezing? So I would start to maybe move to looking at him going down on the 18th and rising on the 20th, or down on the 20th, rise on the 22nd. Acts 14:22, we all through much tribulation enter the kingdom. Well, maybe that's when the book of Revelation's open on 4:22. I don't know. I mean, we just look at Blue's Clues here. That's all we do, right? That's all we do. And but that 28 weeks later, that's pretty wild, eh? Jewish gematria, clone goes to 118. I had nothing in Telling Truth 3 to catch all up with. Hopefully you are all subscribed and rang the bell for Telling Truth 3. It's a backup channel, but it's also my go-to to drop movie clips that I will use on this channel, and or I like exposing fake football or other things that I see on TV. It's more for quick shorts and things like that. Ghost in the Machine to offing date 318. Well, let's see what in the world this is about. So the release date of the Ghost in the Machine album. Now notice it's 1981. Before that, it's 121. We already went over this. The 10th month, the second day, and when you get into the 1981, you're borrowing that first one. It's so you read it from left to right. 10-2-1-981. Well, drop the zero. So instead of 10, it's 1-2-1-981. Well, 121 is Antichrist, and 98, the 98th verse of Revelation is the white horse crowning, and Trump will be 279 for Daniel 9:27, the Abomination of Desolation Bible verse. He'll be 27981. So you got your 98, you got your 981 built in, and Ghost in the Machine was released 981, 1981. It's better with a visual. But look at the years, 41 years, 3 months, 18 days. That's 4-1318. Well, 1318 is Revelation 13:18. It's your 666 Bible verse. So Ghost in the Machine to the potential offing day. It's pretty telling. 36-2 88 in the hours. And there's a 333 and an 88 also. Let's run that to the rising day and see what maybe they're talking about or what I'm talking about there. It's me. Yeah, to the rising day, the hours are 362, 88. 36 is the triangular number of 666. So it's basically saying 666 to 88. That's Ghost in the Machine album release date to potential rising date. As of today, that's the date I'm looking at. Him going down on Friday and rising on Sunday and World War III beginning. Nothing seems like that's going to happen. There's just nothing in the news. There's no lead into it. It would catch everybody by absolute surprise, including myself. But it is the Chinese New Year. And my goodness gracious, is that not what iPet Goat is all about? The very middle of iPet Goat at the 343 mark, dead middle, is Day of the Dead blowing a New Year's blowout. Day of the Dead ceremony does not have blowouts. Only New Year's does. And the girl is waving the white flag. So maybe we'll go over the iPet Goat video tomorrow night because I get off work at 9. By 9:30, you know, hopefully I got some energy to get that done because that's the eve. I mean, it's pretty much over then. Oh, you know what this date is? This is another click. So October 30th, 1981. That's Ivanka's birthday. She was born in 1981 on October 30th when Frank got his right eye wound in Donnie Darko. Ivanka Trump, Wikipedia. October 30th, 1981. So literally the Frank right eye wound. Daughter's birthday to 20th and 22nd. Not much. So it's 36, 136, 8 in the hours. But other than that, Ivanka's birthday doesn't have much other than the fact that it's when Frank got shot in his right eye. It's 2 months, 23 days. So you got 223 coded, which is 322 coded to the offing day and to her birthday. But that's really it. It's just this. It's not much, is it? Nil. Next. UFC Brazil in March 2020. So the last time the UFC was in Brazil, which is where they're at doing UFC 283. 283. 83, murder code. UFC 283. The last time the UFC was in Brazil, March of 2020. On Pi Day 314. That's pretty crazy. Next. Complete Trump versus odometer. Yeah, I looked at my odometer, just glanced up at it, and it said 163,464. It just flipped to the 4 because it's 16,000 miles. And I did from his date of birth to exactly when it occurred. 27975 650 6714. You know, it just wasn't much. It was interesting at the moment. 666 on Anomaly Day. Well, I told y'all that my Mayday friend and my stepdaughter crossed paths numerically last year on January 12th. The amount of days old one was the amount of days apart they were from me. The other one was from me. So let's go over that. Stepdaughter. She's 13405 days away from me. And that's how old my Mayday friend was on that day. My Mayday friend is 8,700 days away from me, and my stepdaughter turned 8,700 days old on that day. They did a complete crisscross on January 12th. Well, what about me? I was 22105. I was 60 years, 6 months, 6 days. It's so stupid crazy. And just to prove out the other one that I told you, I'll give you both of them's birthday. Stepdaughter, 3/19/1998. Run it to the 12th of last year, January 12th. And then run it the days apart from my birthday. July 6, 1961. Mayday friend, 5/1/1985. 8,700 days away from me. Stepdaughter turned 8,700 days on that day. Stepdaughter is 13405 days away from me. My Mayday friend turned 13405 days old on that day. That's just crazy. That was last year on January 12th, 2 days after the transfer portal. But it was a day I turned 60 years, 6 months, 6 days. And I told you my first, middle, and last name each have 6 letters. That's just crazy. Act like it ain't. My full legal name right there, Tully Jerome Stokes III. Right there on the bottom left, Tully Jerome Stokes III. Second wife's birthday, told you, 10/28/1973. Against my 7/6/1961. I've shown you that mathematical anomaly 1,000 times, have I not? It's crazy. 666 and 666 to January 12th, me, and then 4/20/2023. Well, let's see what these two are about. Yep, we already did that. I must have forgot I loaded it. And then January 12th, 2022, to the potential Trump event or the literal abomination of desolation. 666 in the minutes. 1 year, 3 months, 8 days, 138 is heavily coded. So 138, Donald Trump in simple gematria was 666 in the minutes. 1, 1, 1, 1, and a 2 in the hours. 66 weeks and 1 day. My odometer on Friday will be at 66 hours. The car, after 99 hours and 59 minutes, it'll roll back to zeros. I will be in the 66-hour range without a doubt on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I will also be at 166 on my odometer. I told you I was 163,464 just the other day. I went to Orlando and back. It will be all weekend, 166. So I'll have a 66 at the timer and in the odometer. That is the book of Revelation, of course, 66th book in the Bible. So that's pretty freaky. If you include both dates from 1/12/2022 to the abomination of desolation or the Trump event, include both, you get 464. Well, remember, Trump's number is 163,464. Got 36 in the hours, which is the triangular number of 666. Still got 66 weeks, 2 days. So I'm just saying that January 12th was a powerful date. Things must bounce off of that date, in my opinion. If we run it to The 19th. Let's run it to the 20th. I saw all kind of stuff. I just didn't speak to it. You got 1/8, 1 year, 8 days, 128. Now, the book of Numbers I sent today, the book of Numbers, I went ahead and did the numbers on the book of Numbers. 1288, 1288. What is 128? The first 3 digits of that? 1288. What is 128? That was the day Earl died on May 8th. It was day 128 of the year. So, you better believe the 28th of January will be something if nothing's going on, because it's 128 is coded. That is a heavily coded number to me. And sure enough, the book, and that's what it says, 12 months, 8 days, 128. But sure enough, book of Numbers, 1288. 12 for the church, 88 for Trump. Book of Numbers. That's how many verses are in the book of Numbers. The numbered verses in the book of Numbers. 1288 or 1288. 128.8. 1288. 1288. I'm sorry. I'm just messing with y'all. Quit messing with us. You're a weirdo. All right, Vesper movie. There was a movie that came out called Vesper, coded 20th and 22nd, same with year. Well, you look at the URL, it's 2022-5374. That's 222-5374, or the year 2022 with a 53 and a 74. But more to the point, a 20 and a 22, 20 for the offing day, and then the 22nd for the rising day, followed by 5374. 2022, the year 2022, is telling you 20, and then 22 goes down on 20, rises on 22. Next. Vesper Lynd in gematria. Now, these are some things that are going to blow your mind. First of all, it's 1404. Vesper Lynd was James Bond's love interest. She carried the whole movie, even though she died in the first movie. And it's 1404. 404 is the amount of verses of the book of Revelation. It's 840. 84 is 12 times 7. 7, the number for cleansing. We've shown you 1,000 times. 2 Kings 5:14. All the 7s in Revelation are about cleansing of the earth during trumpet and bowl judgment, or cleansing of the church divided in 7. And then 140 down here. Well, 14, of course, very powerful number in the Bible. The 14 generations, followed by 14 more generations, followed by 14 more generations, make up the 42 generations spoken of in the Bible. There's a 40 in all 3 of these numbers of Vesper Lynd. 40, the number of, 40 days, 40 nights, 40 years wandering in the desert, 40 days, I believe it was Jesus fasted. Jesus was with them 40 days after he rose from the dead. So 40 is just a gigantical number. So 40 in all 3 of them. It comes to Vesper Lynd in gematria. And there's a drink called a Vesper. Ingredients of a drink called a Vesper: 1/2 ounce of vodka, 1/4 ounce of Lillet Blonde, 2 ounces of gin. They, in that movie, he ordered that drink, and he said he thinks he'll call it a Vesper. And of course, you go up to any bartender now and actually order that drink. So they made a drink famous off that. I just captured a few of them for the thumbnail. One says Vesper 007, the other says James Bond, Vesper Martini. She was a big deal. If it's a she, I really don't know anymore. Eva Green. Most times I tell you, yeah, but it's hard. I got trust issues when it comes to Holly Weird. I just do. Just do. I just do. And Vesper Lynd, James Bond. There he is drinking the Vesper. Nah. Don't y'all love that laugh when I do that? Oh, dude's weird. He is crazy. So anyway, yeah. So you get 501 for Mayday, 501. You're not going to believe this. You're not going to believe what I'm going to show you. 501 versus a clock is 359. The first three digits of my son and I combined, 359. To make it to 9, if you add 5 minutes, 1 second to 3 minutes, 59 seconds, you get your perfect 9 minutes. Y'all do know we've been doing that a lot. You know, I'm doing fine on Cloud 9. The term Cloud 9 itself, Number 9 Dream by John Lennon, Love Potion number 9. Number 9 is their ultimate number of Mystery Babylon. 369 basically, but 9 especially. Well, I want you to know 501 comes to Vesper Lynd and gematria, so does 359. 359. And I mixed it around 539 because, you know, but you can mix these around. Day Christmas or Christmas Day. Christmas Day and New Year's Day. Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve come to the exact same gematria, of course, also. But anyway, very strange the way the Vesper Lynd, and we already went over all these 40s and the 404 and the 84 and the 1, how meaningful it is. How meaningful all 3 of those numbers are. If we go to the other calculator and key in Vesper Lynd, and just look at any other numbers we get, you do get the 45, a 50, a 130, a 49. You know, 450. Okay. It's great. It's fantastic. Way to go. It's amazing. Please show us more. Great White Shark, Vesper Lynd comes to. Okay. Beast out of the Sea. Got it. Prometheus. Okay. Got it. More sea god. Antichrist, Beast out of the Sea. Prometheus. Got it. Christmas Day, New Year's Day. Pittsburgh, which, you know, named after the Pit, which is the team that represented Gotham City. The Pit. And the Dark Knight Rises, he rises out of a pit. And Pittsburgh is the team representing Gotham. You cannot make it up, can you? Hocus Pocus. This is the End. World War Z. Eastern Star. Avengers Endgame. 359. 535. 889. 539. I'm not going to get into all that, but we already matched up the other. Capricorn Goat is a Vesper Lynd match. Capricorn Goat is a Vesper Lynd match. He would go down on a Capricorn moon and rise on the water bearer, water breaking the water, Aquarius. I Pet Goat, all about the water. When they busted up that aquarium, it was all about the birth in the water. The water's bursting, about ready to birth this thing. How close are we? He will go down on a Capricorn moon and rise on an Aquarius moon. If he goes down on 20th and rises on 21st. Already went over that with y'all. So that's it. That is it. I don't have any other words of wisdom for you. I appreciate everybody's comments, Christians, Joe Canes, and anybody else. We've never been right. So there's no reason to think it's really going to happen on Friday the 20th. It did say Haiti 2, Saturday, Sunday matinee. So down on 20th, then you got the 21st and 22nd. You've got 2 NFL games on the 21st, 2 NFL games on the 22nd to go in and out of these games, these playoff games, just like you went in and out of the NBA game with the Bulls when it was, this is AC. I'm driving the white Bronco. AC Cowlings driving the white Bronco date. I believe it was June 17th. Yeah, it was June 17th, 1994, because we've looked this up not too long ago. June 17th, 1994. June 17th, 1994. Run it. 10444 on the offing day. 343 months, which is 7 times 7 times 7. Well, that's a little too perfect. Let's go to the rising day when the AC is actually riding the white Bronco. It's 10446, 2785. Nothing really big other than 343 in the months is gigantic. Oh, sorry, that probably didn't sound good. I have to remember I am dealing. I do have a sponge over this tripod little mini microphone. It sits up on this desk of this little armoire deal. Hey, somebody's coding Sirius the dog star out there. I was watching this video the other day. Paul Feinbaum was getting interviewed and his dog was barking. He goes, I apologize for my dog barking. Folks, when you hear dogs barking when people are getting interviewed, they're coding Sirius the dog star. Now, I'm on the 4th floor of this balcony, which I have shown y'all. It's been a long time. But those are real dogs barking. Is Mr. Sirius going to rise in a few days? Which would be 4 days? Is he going to go down in 2 days? I don't know, but I am not coding to give y'all the wink wink that I'm controlled opposition like those cats were the other day. It was what was that? Hang on. Hardcore Mystery Babylonians here. Let's see if we can turn it up for you.
Gator fans, the problem they had was at some point in that game, or maybe the next day,
You're the dog. Hang on.
they looked at Georgia's schedule for next year and went, oh. Crap, they're going to
Commentary fair use for educational purposes. Dog barking.
Do it again.
Yeah.
And he brings it up.
I have never seen, at least on paper, 9 months before the season, an easier schedule.
There's a dog barking again, and he's going to reference it.
I mean, it's absurd. And again, before we all get too crazy,
that's happening on purpose.
I apologize for the bulldog barking.
I apologize for the bulldog barking. So when there was a legit dog barking, I didn't know if y'all could hear it. I wanted to make sure that there wasn't anybody listening going, oh, this guy's controlled op. He's us. No, I'm not. So, yeah, the OJ. 287.5. Okay. Let's just say let's run it through some other dates just to down on Groundhog Day, up on the 4th. Well, 718 for Porsche 911. Yeah, that works perfect. And it's 34318 with the days. 343 is 7 times 7 times 7, and then 18 days, which is 6 plus 6 plus 6. You've got 28718, 718, Porsche 911, Porsche 718, which 911 was all about rising, 711. So it is a perfect match. Groundhog Day will just, lights will just start blaring as we go ahead and start to look at Groundhog Day, which is the most personal cipher I can possibly offer you. I did want to go over the grid. Tomorrow it's Elon Musk, Christopher Nolan's birthday, Heath Ledger's death, number 23, Trump posing with a Bible, Skyfall, Elvis, Challenger, Ken Miles' death, which Christian Bale played him in Ford versus Ferrari, and JFK assassination. So, you know, tomorrow's in play, of course. But Saturday Night Fever album for the 20th, that was found at the Georgia Guidestones. Saturday Night Fever album buried with Georgia Guidestones. Alleged time capsule beneath Georgia Guidestones. What was found beneath the Georgia Guidestones? And there it says right there, 8-track of Saturday Night Fever soundtrack. The mysterious structure. An 8-track of Saturday Night Fever soundtrack. So whether it was real or not, it was floated, which that's all you need. The backwards cipher of the X across America total solar eclipse lands directly on the 20th. If you include both dates, then it's going to go to the 21st, which is 121, and the new moon in between the offing and rising day. Now he could go down all 121, rise on the 23rd. But I don't know, 2022? I just like that too much. The Highlander, the Killing Moon, Spin City, Back to the Future, Judgment Day. Trump came out to the Undertaker. But that backward cipher, killing me with that. That's giganticus. 121. Escape from New York. If you include both dates, this all lands on it. Escape from New York, Loose Change in American Coup, October 22nd of this past year. April 4th. Blood Moon Total Lunar, Total Solar of 88. That's big. That's a big deal now. A total solar of 88 lands on it if you include both dates. Maggie Gyllenhaal's birthday. She was in The Dark Knight and Donnie Darko, the only human being alive to have done that. And that's saying a lot. 2001: A Space Odyssey, Liz Christ Trump death, Lucifer premiere on Fox, Total Lunar November 8th, 2022. So, you know, the Donnie Darko date, this Total Lunar, this past Total Lunar, and the Donnie Darko date, they're all direct right in alignment with 121, which is the new moon, which would be the in-between day. And then on the 22nd, the rising day, by the way, the movie 7, Alice Tully Hall. But on the rising day, on the 22nd, 2001: A Space Odyssey. The length of the song, the length of the movie is 222. 88 Lights Tribute. It's gigantic stuff. What is the song for 2001: A Space Odyssey? That's the name of the song, that very famous song, which South Carolina ran out to, and they had them beating everybody's rear end at the end of the season. It's called Also Sprach Zarathustra. What do you think that looks like in gematria? 6585, 302, 131, 1564, 1590, 114 or 1014, 32 or 302, 159 or 1590. But 1564, 590, 265. Let me see if I find anything interesting. Well, you get 178. Literally. It's on page 1, which is all my favorite numbers added together. 2, 24, 27, 38, 42, 45, all add up to 178. Next. The world is about to change. Pops up. So 248 comes up on page 1. October 26th comes up. 164 is spelled out. So I just wanted to run those by y'all, see if it rang a bell with y'all. My legal name is 666. That's great. And I told you, Trump and I are on exact opposite ends of the spectrum. 1000%. 1000%. So the song called Also Sprach Zarathustra doesn't seem to give us a date. Now, again, we have the release date in our grid on the Rising Day. Link to the movie is 2/22. The day before, it had an Uptown Theater premiere on the 21st, which would be the new moon. And then 12 days later, which would be, I think, February 1st, because no, it would be, the 20th was the 2nd, 13 days. Hang on. The Rising Day would be February 3rd, 12 days later. 2 days before the full moon. It's on a Friday. So it came out in 1968, and it says it's 143 in length, which is 223, not 222 in length. Not sure why I put 222 if it's 223. So let's correcto that right now. It's 2 hours, 23 minutes. And maybe they went in there and changed it after we did it. That's your AI for you. But April 3rd, 1968, don't forget Trump and I's combined number ends in 1968. Hang on a second. Anyway, a real good friend called, and it's just 2001 doesn't really, it ends up being a progression. 20017. The two ones, I'm not going to get into it, but it's the 541st progression. (480408) with the hours. 54919, 65719, 20017. I mean, you could call that a quasi 201. I just, it don't do much for us. So anyway, that's enough. I've rambled enough. Love y'all.